we just saw Joker, Folie, Deux. This is the sequel to the Todd Phillips Joker movie where Joaquin Phoenix wins the Oscar for playing the Joker. I mean, this was my most anticipated movie of the year. Maybe Dune 2, but this one, because I love the first one. Now, I bought my tickets months in advance, as soon as they came out, and then the reviews started coming out. And they were horrible. Awful reviews. And I'm like, no, not my movie. This is a movie for me. This is a comic book movie that's realistic. It has grit and everything. I go into this, my expectations are dropped. And I loved it. I mean, I don't know how to really contextualize what it was for me, but there was realism, and not realism in a sense that like what the fairy tale story that they're telling isn't getting like explained or whatever, but realism like just there's like a texture to this movie where you're just like, oh, this is like a real person. And then I loved how the music was emblematic of the emotional states that he was going through. It was like, I can't express who I am, so I got to express it through music. It was also a reaction to the first film. So he's dealing with the consequences of what happened. Quite literally, he's facing the demons. And then you introduce Harley Quinn, Lady Gaga, who we go by Lee. I love that. It's a reinterpretation of her origin story, which honestly, I felt this was more Joker than a lot of things that I see that are Joker. Like my comic book reading of the Joker, my Batman the Animated Series Joker, like I felt the pieces of that character in this, really expected. But I got a lot going on in my life, and so sometimes when it was dragging, I just was in my own head thinking about my own life, and then I would check back into the movie, and it was still there. So I mean, in my defense, maybe it was too long, maybe it dragged. I mean, some people said that, but for me, yeah, I loved it. I get it. I like the ending. People don't like the ending. I like all of it. I liked a lot of it. Some of the songs I didn't love, and I usually like when I'm in a musical, it's cool to love the songs, and I didn't quite love the songs. But yeah, man, I think I'm gonna give it more in the 80 range though, and I didn't like it as much as the first one. See, I give it an 80 because I found myself wanting, and part of this movie is talking to the audience. Hey, motherfucker, you want this? I ain't giving you this. I'm giving you what I think, like a more realistic interpretation of the fallout of a person who would actually be like this. And so I just like that. I just really like that. I give it an 80. So peace and love. Thanks for watching my reviews. I appreciate you and I love you. And come to the movies with me. Come get on the review. I want to hear what you have to say. Deuces.
Joker 2. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
I've read a lot about it. I was expecting to hate love it. I can't wait to bash this movie. I thought it was well done. I thought it worked for me. I thought it just looked beautiful. The imagery was amazing. I don't know if it had to do with the IMAX, but it looked like it was a beautiful looking movie. I love how they folded in those musical elements. I thought they were well done. I wasn't expecting, Broadway musical stuff, but what we got was really well done. And what makes a good movie is a movie that's going to make me think about it after I've seen it, and this is going to make me think about it after I've seen it. So I think it's a success. I liked it better than the first one, which is a rarity. I'll give it an 80. I'll give it an 80.
Come on. I love that.
I was pleasantly surprised.
I did also. I thought I had heard reviews that it was terrible, but I also had one friend review who loved it, and I kind of expected to like it more than he did. But I also am not as invested in the universe as a lot of people are, so I'm not as bothered by it maybe straying from what people might have expected or thought it was going to be. That doesn't bother me at all. I think it was well acted, which I expected. I didn't expect anything less in that regard. I also expected the singing to be good, the numbers to be good, because they're both really good performers. And the singing was not going to be, like you said, like Broadway quality, except in the moments when it was, in their imagination. And it was like, yeah. I thought it made sense. I thought it was a good exploration of their relationship, and I don't know. I felt like impacted by it. I thought that the courtroom scenes were interesting. Heather Keener was great. I really liked her. I thought she did a great job. And oh my God, the guy playing Gary just ripped my heart out. That was the witness, Gary, the one who had been his coworker. Yeah, Puddles. Oh my God. I don't have anything bad to say about it. So I put it an 85. Yeah, I thought it was excellent. I don't understand the awful reviews. I can understand it being mixed, maybe because it's not going to be for everybody. But the total negativity towards it, I just don't get.
But you just want to concede that it's a Batman movie. Right. Once you get that out of your mind and enjoy it for what it is, you'll enjoy it.
And that's where I don't care. It's a Batman movie. That does not bother me at all. I don't need to see Batman. I thought it was really good. So yeah, I give it a thumbs up. So yeah.
I really enjoyed this movie. I would go so far as to say I loved it, and I was sad at the end. I wanted it to end differently, but I love the movie, and I give the whole cast and crew, the director, the producer, a ton of credit. They really, in the first one too, they really stretched. They went for something. They were super creative. I think they executed really well. It was different and it was well done. I loved it. Out of 196,
Bang.
It's just so well done and creative, and it's not the norm. It's not predictable. It's not anything expected. They were super creative. They super reached, and they did it well. They didn't go halfway on it. So, yeah, 96. I would say, and this is the part you may cut out. I would say, I really wanted to see another one. The way it ended, you can't see another one. Well, it's Hollywood, so you do whatever. But But I was really hoping to see another one. It's just really good. And even if they don't do another one, I think they should do more of this stuff. I mean, it's like, it takes the superhero realm in a completely different direction.
Yeah.
And it's welcome.
Beautiful.
Keep it up.
Joker, Folie, Deux. And I was largely bored by it. It was entirely too long. The songs went on for too long. It was long. I felt the length. I checked my phone to see how much time I had left. This was a chore to get through. Excellent acting. Honestly, Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga are great in this on a level, although I would describe Joaquin Phoenix as a workman-like singer, articulate, and he sings a lot in this, so it's sometimes rough to get through. She's great, but there's not a lot of production around the songs. I was just bored. I can't rate this any higher because I was so bored. There was moments that were entertaining. There's moments where you feel the potential of what this could be, of a grounded Joker franchise potentially. I mean, it's very clear that is not what the director wanted for this production. I don't know. I'd say 65, and I feel like I'm being very generous with that number.
So I wasn't expecting much of the movie, but I was really excited to see Joaquin and Lady Gaga in it. They were great. I wasn't expecting as much singing and dancing.
Yeah.
That was unexpected. It was just okay. It was okay. I wouldn't watch it again. It was entertaining, and it ended at the right time because I don't want to watch it anymore. It's horrible to say, but it was okay. I give it a 79.
We saw the Joker.
Yeah.
All I've heard, bad movie, and I've not been. Nobody's told me why. Nobody's told me why it's a bad movie. When I was watching it, at first, so confused, didn't know what was going on. First 5 minutes, I was like, am I watching a TV show or am I watching a movie? And then it got into the movie, and then I actually liked it. I was like, oh my god, thank God it actually went into live action because the cartoon was not doing it for me. And then I like the intro of Harley into the storyline. I don't like, they call her Lee the whole movie, and I can't say that I like that part, but there were some very awkward scenes with them both. Some intense, awkward scenes that were just awkward all around. And I think that might have been the intention, but it was just, you would know. Probably 8 out of 10. Music was really good, carried it a lot. I love Lady Gaga, I love Joaquin Phoenix, it was good.
If it's for this review, I should just stare at the thing and yell at the camera. I love this movie. I think it's the best movie I've seen in theaters in a while. I haven't seen a lot, but this, I left it being that was, I said to my brother, I was like, that was a fucking movie. Sometimes I leave movies, I'm like, that was, I watched a long video, but this felt like a movie. I don't have the exact words right now, but it feels complete to me. Like the duo, not a trilogy, but the diatribe or whatever, the double of these two movies, I think is complete, and that feels good to me. I think. I don't know. I think I'd probably give it a 90 out of 100, probably 92. Throw it on there.
Beautiful.
We'll see how I feel tomorrow, but
Anything else you want to say about it?
the musical worked.
Yeah.
Musical worked. I was a little but they made it all work. It was a crazy fucking flick.